Hot take, but The Last of Us TV show has fumbled every single episode, and here's why. Episode 1 was fairly accurate in telling Sarah's portion of the story, and then jumping forward to the future to show us Tess and Joel's relationship, but then they jumped straight to Joel and Tess meeting Ellie, and they completely cut out the fact that Joel and Tess went on like a whole mission before meeting Ellie and dropped like a ton of bodies, all leading them to this guy named Robert where they bust his arm and end up shooting him in the face. Which I would say is important because not only does it show how ride or die they were, but it also shows how brutal and badass they are. Moving on to episode 2, this one basically shows them setting out on their journey to smuggle Ellie over to the Fireflies. Now I'll give them some credit here because the clickers actually did look pretty good. But compare that to the same exact scene in the game and it was way more terrifying. Not only was there clickers chasing you, but there was also regular runners coming after you. Their struggle was undoubtedly harder in this versus the TV show. And then they give us this absolutely infuriating scene, which goes against the entire nature of these creatures from the video game. Words cannot explain just how whack this scene was. Moving on to episode 3, now this one didn't advance the story whatsoever, but it did give us a nice backstory between Bill and Frank. I actually really liked this episode, minus the fact that they changed Bill's fate, because changing Bill's fate robbed us of a scene where Joel's hanging upside down and has to fight off zombies while Ellie cuts him down. These hilarious scenes between Ellie and Bill, being ambushed by not only clickers but runners as well. The anxiety of having to sneak around or kill clickers. Like straight up, this scene from the game had like 15 clickers within a 100-yard radius. Why would that be important to the show? Well, it makes Joel a strategist rather than some dude who's just randomly getting by. The show makes it seem like luck, the game makes it seem like skill. We were also robbed of this extremely terrifying close-quarters brawl with a fucking bloater. Oh yeah, and this scene where you finally got the battery in the truck, but you need to push it to get it started, but while you're pushing it, you're getting attacked by zombies. Where was this? This would have been an anxiety-ridden scene that everybody would have been fucking freaking out over. Now moving on to episode 4, again, they had some accurate scenes to the game, but they gave us this bullshit of a side story instead of showing us all the action of Joel and Ellie trying to survive. But no, in the TV series, they give us Joel taking out like one dude, and that's it. Like straight up, I don't think some of y'all realize just how brutal the game was compared to the TV show. I mean, just look at this. My God. Episode 5 wasn't really that bad. They got most of it right. There was definitely some things that were wrong, but they got enough of it right for me not to be mad at this one. Episode 6, on the other hand, gave us this scene, which unfortunately robbed us of this scene from the game. Which, don't get me wrong, getting stabbed in the gut is still a big deal, but this was way bigger of a deal. Now unfortunately, I am running out of time on this video, and there's still 2 more episodes to talk about, so let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a part 2.